come to order. We do have proof of posting in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended, known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. And any members of the public who wish to speak will have 5 minutes.
Morning, Judge Grant. I'd like to speak. Morning, Commissioners. You know, we've been talking to the Railroad Commission concerning health issues and things that they should be doing with respect to the oil and gas facilities. And it's public law, House Bill 1818, amended that law. And the amended part, Section 81066, let me get to that right quick. It says strategic plan, A, the Oil and Gas Division of the Commission shall develop and publish an annual plan for each state fiscal year to use the oil and gas monitoring and enforcement resources of the Commission strategically to ensure public safety and protect the environment. Now that's a new part of that law, and they're not doing that. And I sent them comments with respect to that. And I did get a letter from one of the folks who my letter was given to just to respond for the Railroad Commission. Ms. Gay McElwain, and I wrote her this letter, July the 1st. Dear Gail, thank you for your reply to my June 14, 21, to my letter dated May 9, 2021. I agree that noise is not specifically named in the law, House Bill 1818. However, House Bill 1818, Section 2, Subchapter C, Chapter 81, Natural Resources Code is amended by adding Sections 81065 and 81066. Section 81066A requires the Oil and Gas Commission of the Oil and Gas Division of the Commission to develop and publish an annual plan each state fiscal year to use the oil and gas monitoring and enforcement resources of the Commission strategically to ensure public safety and protect the environment. Now, I've underlined that because they ignored it. This section of the law, HB 1818A, Section 8166A, has been ignored in an annual plan. This section is an amendment to the law. They're just not addressing the amendment to the law. Now, how do we ensure public safety? We do it by protecting our people from harm. Currently, we are not ensuring public safety because we ignore the low-frequency noise that is killing and maiming our citizens. The LFM, is generated by gas compressor stations. The chairman of the Sunset Review Committee for the Railroad Commission stated after my comments provided to them in 2016, you have well documented the harm to our people. It's caused by low frequency noise. The key words in the law is to ensure public safety. The Railroad Commission has failed to protect our citizens. Please help us to protect our citizens. I estimate 2,316,000 people are being harmed and killed in just 27 counties in Texas having more than 1,000 gas wells. Freestone County, where I live, has 3,058 gas wells and 130 gas compressor stations. I know of 21 persons severely harmed or killed in our county. Our doctors are not knowledgeable of the LFM problem, and I have written to Dr. Azor of the National Institute of Safety and Health about this issue. They know little about this health issue and requested I coordinate data on this issue with their doctors. Please take action to ensure public safety and oil and gas operations regarding that motor. And I've attached a comment on the oil and gas plan, and it has on there a lot of data that they can use. So this is not a dead issue yet, and we're still fighting it. And I'll write directly to the Attorney General, whether I'm not supposed to or not, to let them know their failings. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else this morning? If not, then we will go into the agenda. Had a request from Commissioner Precinct 4 that we go to take up item number 17 first, if that's agreeable with everyone. It's a replat of April Cove, Section 3, replat of lots 37 and 38, and the final plat number will be lot 37R.
Yes, ma'am. And we have, Mr. Lee Hawthorne is here, and he owns that property, and we've looked at everything and talked to Ms. Jarvis, and it seems everything's in order, so I would like to make a motion that we approve the replat of lots 37 and 38 into a final plat of lot 37R.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Let's sign these real quick.
People need to take those over to your office. Is there someone there now?
No, sir, it has to be when we get back, when we're done with court.
And what does he have to do? Just pay
Get his copies back.
get his copies back, and then you'll have to pay him the money? Will you be around for a while?
Yeah, I mean, I have no motion.
All right. There's not somebody else over there that can do it?
We're shorthanded.
How much is the?
Alicia,
105.
So if you just have to check it for 105, at least it, do y'all need to stamp it or anything over there?
we have to file stamp each one of these copies and put the cabinet in
Okay.
envelope and then hand them all to his back. That's all we have to do if he wants us to.
We should be through here after a while, so if you, you can stay or you can go and then just go by their office and just right there.
I'll
Okay,
just do me something.
thank you for
I need
that.
to take those with me, and I'll just,
Sir?
I need to take those with me.
We keep them in
Yeah,
process.
they'll keep it when you get there. I'm sorry to do it.
That's all right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go back to item number 1, which is to approve the minutes of the June 16th and May 24th meetings.
Like most, I approve the minutes.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 2 is budget transfers and amendments. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 3 is to approve and pay the bills.
question. On Freestone County, on my bills, it says Freestone County Publishing, and it costs me, if I'm looking at this right,
What page is that?
46, last one on 46.
46, okey-dokey.
I may be looking at it wrong.
$72.
Huh?
$72.
Yeah. Is that what everybody has to pay?
A fourth of the bid.
Okay.
Fourth of it.
Okay,
Fourth of the
all right,
bid.
okay, thanks.
We have a motion. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 4 is to approve the payroll. Any discussion on that?
Make a motion to pay the payroll.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item 5 is reports. We have a Freestone County Investment and Interest Earned Report, and this is by quarter, and this shows the first, second, and third quarters. A report on unfunded liabilities, sick time, vacation time, comp time, holiday time, bonus time. Is the next report. Also have a report on the sick leave pool, a quarterly report for the quarter ending in June. There was no activity.
Judge, on that report, just wanted to let y'all know that it's getting pretty close to being capped out of the number that we have on the sick leave pool. So if there's a chance that the Commissioners Court might be wanting to up that or leave it at that by the next time that we do the sick leave pool, when they have to be a member, they have to contribute. By the next time that contribution comes up in October, it'll put us over that cap. So just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention.
Thank you. We have a report from the extension agent and the tax office for the month of June. AP3 report for the month of June, and Constable Precinct 2 report for the month of June. Are there any other reports? Anyone? Thank you. If not, do we have a motion to accept the reports? All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 6 is to discuss the burn ban. See, we have a firefighter in here.
I think we're gonna be all right right now.
You think we're all right? Okay. Wow. No action. Item number 7. Any road use agreements? If not, we'll go to item number 8 to approve bonds and education certificates. Are there any? No. If not, we'll go to item number 9, which is the Freestone Central Appraisal District budget. Well, there's been some discussion about compliance with, and I guess you would say, transparency and compliance with the requirement for the budget. So, does anyone want to make a comment about that? In the tax code, section 606, it says, that the chief appraiser shall prepare the budget and shall include in the budget a list showing each proposed position, the proposed salary for the position, all benefits proposed for the position, each proposed capital expenditure, and an estimate of the amount of the budget that will be allocated to each taxing unit. And as I've been informed, that the benefits were not actually listed fully on the budget. So I don't know if there's been any new developments with that, whether we'll get an amended budget or where we are. So probably we shouldn't take any action until we find out where we are. I would suggest.
I make a motion, you table it.
Hey, Judge, out of curiosity, what are they asking as far as pay?
See if it says a percentage on here.
You can have this copy right here.
Yeah, you have, let's see. An increase in employee retirement due to a change in the mandatory contribution rate from TCBRS. Mandatory. An increase in the employee retirement due to a change in the mandatory contribution rate. I don't know what that is. We have to look at that. Mandatory.
This is not what we got it for, the budget for this sheet.
And then, oh, okay, this was just a cover letter then that I'm reading from to say what their changes are.
This is not what we got a month ago.
That's my original one from a month ago that I just handed you.
Okay, it's not like this?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I don't have a copy.
Well, that's the increases they're asking for right there, for that column.
Yes, that is the change. On this list, it shows the years in the position, the budgeted amount for 21, and the proposed for 2022, and then the change in the salaries. This, the letter that's attached says the salary adjustments for personnel according to the salary schedule adopted by the board of directors.
That is on the back page.
Yes. Yeah, but. I think specifically the benefits for the proposed positions is what is not clear on here. So we have a motion to table,
Table until further clarification.
and that's a second. Okay.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. All right. Any comment from anyone on that?
Judge,
Yes, sir?
would you mind if I kind of explain?
That would be good. I'm sure I didn't have all the details on that.
Okay. Well, I attended the Folsom Central Plains District budget meeting. I think it was on June the 9th, I believe. And when you look at what the budget has, it just discloses in detail the salary and the longevity pay. But there's no detail for the travel allowance or for hospitalization insurance and other benefits. So the reception was, you know, they said that what they were doing, they thought they had complied with the law. So a phone call or two, and I found out that Section 6.06 in the Property Tax Code is a section for budget and finance for the Central Plains District. And what the judge just read is what I read, and it says that the details should be provided for each position, okay? And they do have 15 employees according to the budget, and they disclose two things though, but they don't disclose those other things. And to me, it's very clear that if it's a benefit, it should be disclosed by position. It says each position, and then it says all benefits. So that's the question that I've raised. And I was the only person there that listened to the presentation from the appraisal district chief appraiser as he went to the budget. They collect taxes, you know, for like 15 different entities, okay? So, I was, no offense, please, but I was surprised that none of the 15 tax entities were represented. But I'm assuming that y'all do what you're doing today. Y'all look at it afterwards, and then if it doesn't have the information that you want, then you request that information. But that's where I brought it to the judge's attention. Taking the questions while I'm trying to answer. I just don't think they're in compliance, is my point.
Anything else from anyone? All right, if not, then we will go to, we'll go to item number 10, which is to consider and discuss authorization for the County of Freestone to issue requests for proposals for administrative services and requests for qualifications for professional services for the American Rescue Plan Act. And this is for us to put out what they call, instead of a bid, this is called a request for proposals for someone to handle the funds that we have gotten from the American Rescue Plan Act, to do all the research, determine what we really can use it for, anything that we can use it for, beyond what we are reading that we think we can use it for, because we surely need to try to expand on that as much as we can. And then to do all of the reporting, and that those funds for those services will come out of that American Rescue Plan money, like we have done with so many other grants and things that we've had to do. We have done a lot of those grants in-house and have chosen not to use an outside. But this one is, to me, I think we need all the assistance we can get, because from reading what we can use the funds for, it's going to be limited use in Freestone County.
It doesn't fit a small county.
Doesn't fit a small county. And so they, a lot of them already have on staff attorneys and lobbyists and everything to try to maybe get a little clarification and maybe a little leeway on some of these. So for me, I'm saying, I don't think we're doing it just because we don't want to do the work. It's just a little above. We need that other assistance.
And who are you using that, do it?
We'll send out these requests for proposals, and when we get those back, then we all will decide on this.
How long have we have to spend the money?
2 years, isn't it?
2024 of December.
December, yeah.
A little longer than that.
Be obligated by then, and then by 2026.
Because we've gotten this money, and then we'll get some additional money. But so we really need to. It sounded really good when we first started thinking infrastructure, but their definition and ours is not the same. So, discussion.
Do we need a motion on that?
Make a motion, we issue request.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 11 is to consider the TAC Health and Employee Benefits Renewal Packet, including county contribution. And that's under number 11. We have had a person, a retiree, that asked us to look at maybe if there's anything that we could do to assist retirees, but I don't know if this is health and employee benefits. So that's not what they're asking about. They're actually talking about retirement. Now, does this address the silver, what we just call silver choice, I don't know what they call it now?
Oh, ma'am.
No. Okay. Just medical and dental and
And we
vision.
also need to, the pre-65, you know, we need to, that needs to be put into this plan, like we did in the middle of the year last year in December. So that if people that are retired, that have more than 12 years or whatever, and they want to continue their insurance and pay their own insurance until they can reach Medicare, until they can be Medicare eligible, then they can qualify for that supplemental.
Mhm.
So
And so that,
we currently have 2 people on the plan right now.
I guess the best way to say is, do we want to, we do want to let our people do that. If they want to stay on our insurance, they'll be paying their own premiums, but they'll stay on our health insurance until they reach that retirement age. Now, discussion 2, I know we discussed this back a while back, but, we have been paying how much, $790, or allowing $790 to each employee, and then we're on the marketplace, so you can choose whichever plan that you want, but the county pays up to $790 on the health insurance coverage, and if you want a plan with less deductible or whatever, you can take that, but then the employee has to pay that difference.
And it went up about 7.5% on the new quotes. So that 7.5% additional cost be passed on to the employee.
Unless we raise that amount. Do we want to make any change? Want to stay with the marketplace plan so that people can choose gives everybody a little more flexibility. I think most people take the plan that we originally had, isn't that correct? The
The
basic-
majority of our employees are on the
Majority.
1,500.
But you do have choice. You also can use a HSA if you choose to do that. Unless you're 65 or older, then you can't do that.
This says the current rate is $756.42.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
For one employee,
yes, that's correct.
or for employee only, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And the effective rate's going to 8/18/44
Mhm.
on 10/1/21.
That's correct.
So it's going up $28.
62.
$62 a month or $62 per
A month.
check?
No.
A month. So that'd be divided by 26 to see how much each payment is. Yeah.
Third.
Mhm.
Third of the month.
Well, we see we have 26 pay periods, it's not 24, but, so you divide by 26.
We do take our deductions on the 24, not the 26. They
You
get
do?
to, yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay, that would
Yes,
be
ma'am.
then.
We get to pay
For health
checks.
insurance, you do it.
31 pay period.
Do we need to decide today if we're going to raise the amount that we,
Need to get that turned into TAC,
Mhm.
and so they had asked when our next commissioner's court was, and we told them
That's true,
today, so
yeah.
we need to make a
so are we
decision.
going to leave it at what we're currently doing, or are we going to raise the amount that the county funds?
How many's on it? 95, 94?
have 8 or 9 right now that have opted out of the insurance. And so, on that spreadsheet that we do for the salary budget, there was 105, but some of those have opted out, so there's somewhere in that ballpark. Just based on that 1,500 plan that the county allows for the 790 right now, based on what that's going up, plus if they kept the dental, which did not change, and if they did the health insurance employee only 1,500 and the dental employee only 1,500, it would come to $848.30 if the county paid that. So just a rounded number like we do on the 790 would be $850. So if the county wished to pay the $850, that would pay
Right now,
for.
we don't pay dental.
So we allot, the 790 is enough to pay for the employee-only medical 1,500 and the dental only,
Dental only, okay.
employee-only, I'm sorry, dental employee.
Yeah, I got you.
And then when we added the vision, most of them, if they took the vision, it required them to pay a little bit for it, so. And the employee does pay for $6.12 life insurance on everybody, so.
Mhm.
The real number is $796.12 because the life insurance is like, over here, the county pays that all the way.
You're saying $850, $54 more.
Compared to what they're doing right now, if they were going to continue to pay that, that's what it would cost. It would have to go to $850 to pay that same benefit that they're getting right now with paying that 1,500 plan. And the county's actual portion would be $856.12 because of that
Instead of 790.
Instead of $796.12, $856.12 would be apples to apples if they were gonna pay that premium.
How many people do we have on that thing?
When I did the salary budget yesterday on that, there was 105, but I think 8 or 9, I'd have to go look to see if it's 8 or 9 have opted out of the insurance for whatever reasons they. But we do still have to budget that in because if that person ever leaves that position, then I'll put out the next one coming in. So 105 is what we have to budget for right now. 105 positions.
It's $5,000 a month,
Or 6?
$5,030. 95 times 54.
95 or 105?
So I based it on the year right now, at the 790, which I didn't do the 796.12, but, at the 790, it was 94.80 for the year per employee, $9,480. If we did the 850 for the year, it would be $10,200 per employee.
We'll go down 100.
We went from 9 to 10
It's $9,480 per employee to $10,200 per employee.
It was 790 this last year,
Yes, sir.
and it's going up, how much this time? What's it going to?
So the actual premium
No,
is,
just for an employee per month this next year.
it went from,
It was 790 last year.
790 is what the contribution for the county is. The actual 1,500 premium went from $756.42 a month to $818.44 for the single premium of health insurance.
That's your $62.
And the super took off.
So figured at 62, because that figured
So
75
62.
average, 90 people was 67,000.
58.90. I figured mine at 95, baby. I figured mine.
60.
So you could change any time, like the start date.
Six, or 74,400.
I didn't figure that out.
About 75,000.
Say 75, okay.
78.
Yeah. All right, so then. Talk to us about that county contribution, that is that what we're talking about? County's contribution, is that what you're talking about? Or were you talking about something else? We need to decide.
The 365, it's not gonna cost the county anything. We just need to make
It's
sure.
in here though, and we just need to.
Yes, we just need
approve it
to.
along with it.
Yeah, and that letter that we spoke about, that they said they need a letter, that's how they'll add that in.
So we need a motion to continue with the work, marketplace, not work, the market,
Private exchange.
private exchange plan.
I'll make that motion.
Judge, including the 365.
And including the precinct.
365, okay. Being eligible to do. We have a motion, do we have a second?
It's staying the same except for the increase.
Well, we're just gonna stay, right now, we're just talking about the plan. To stay with the plan, that they can pick whichever type they want.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. Now, talking about, whether we're gonna stay with the 790 or we're going to increase that.
We have the money.
Did we budget an exact amount last year, is there any excessive?
Well, sometimes there is, because if you don't have a full-time employee all year, then some of that's not spent. Other than that, we use it. We use it all, because we pay them. So there's sometimes some left in some offices. I can't think of any other.
The only other thing is those 8 or 9 that opt out if,
Yes.
we had to go in budget for theirs, so.
Yeah.
I think it goes to increase.
To go 856.
75,000.
Going to go to 856 employee.
Yes.
Eight
I
fifty
figured
six
I had
12.
100, and 95 to 100, y'all figured 105.
Just talking the whole, I mean,
The whole amount.
the most needs to be what we're gonna pay per employee, correct? So that would be, to get it to go to what it used to be, it would be, what it,
So it would go to 850 plus the life insurance of 612, so 850, 612 would be the.
it'll cover the whole thing.
850 would be the contribution and the 612 life.
856.12.
And I'll make a motion that we go up to 856 per employee.
And it's, low, what we're doing about 100.
We already have a motion from number one.
That
Are you
was,
seconding it?
What is your motion?
I said 75,000, but yeah, per person,
Per person,
eight
Well,
twelve,
okay.
856.12.
$856.12 per person for insurance.
Also,
And they can use it any way they want to, isn't that correct? If they decide not to get dental, then they could get the vision. So
That's
it's
right, that is correct. And
available. per
other than
person.
the HSA, any money that's left over, the county retains, other than the HSA.
it's $68 last year.
More,
A month.
divided by two, per check,
Right.
per person.
Since we just do it 2 times a month, not bi-weekly.
Correct.
We have a motion to raise the monthly health contribution of the county, $856.12.
You're saying it's $68 a head more a month? Going up $700,
$790
going up
to
that.
$856.
792 to 856.
And that is your motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Your second, your motion, and your second. All right, all in favor, aye. Well, thank y'all. I know that the employees will appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
know that they will. That's part of, one good thing about working for the county. Appreciate that. All right, we'll go to item number 12. Is to consider the group flexible purchase payment deferred fixed index annuity contract to make that available to any employees that want to participate in that. And the only one that we have is Nationwide right now, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we do have some people that participate in Nationwide. It costs the county nothing, it's just people that want to contribute on their own. Before an employee can have money deducted from their check and paid to any type of outside vendor, it has to be approved by the county. And there was a little change in, I guess, the law as to how that had to be worded.
They had a fixed program, and because of some changes, if you were in the fixed program already, you could stay in there, but you could no longer join the fixed program. So this is the only alternative that they have to an employee this year at open enrollment to be able to get into something similar to that fixed program if they don't.
Unless you're grandfathered in.
Correct, that's correct.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 13, consider the ACH agreement between Freestone County and Citizen State Bank. We had already talked about this and agreed to it previously, we just didn't have our contract.
And this is just for the ACH part, so like if
Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now, item number 14 is to award bids for the fuel contract. Bulk fuel, culverts, road and base materials, and solid waste collection.
You want to start with, like, the fuel first, it's on there first.
Let's let them look at those a minute.
Okay.
I need to step out for just a second. figured out? All right. We start with bulk fuel, is that what you want to start with? It's the first on the list.
Make a motion on the roll.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Culverts,
Wilson. Oh, where's that? Make a motion, Wilson, go.
Second. Second.
which one?
Wilson, oh, that's on, got a bid, that's on bid, got it.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll take that. All right, thank goodness we got one, right? We got it, and sometimes we didn't get one. Oh, I see, mine are out of order.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong sheet. I see Wilson's only one. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Was that for culverts?
Yes, ma'am.
Road and base material.
Make a motion, step them all. Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Solid waste. We only have one?
One better. I'll make a motion
At
with
least we got one.
Public services.
Public service.
Hey, Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
can we go back to the road and base material? Waller County, in order to do it, I mean, we
We
need.
have to have at least one bid that's lowest. Isn't that
Right, I mean, you know, they're not lowest in anything, so I don't know if y'all want, I mean, we really can't accept them, we can accept them if they're lowest in.
And at least one item. So we can't accept Waller County, but we can accept everything except Waller County.
Right,
I'll make a motion, we accept everybody except Waller County Asphalt.
Now, and,
Move with that.
pardon?
Are we gonna vote on it? On the material,
Mhm.
we gonna make a motion, step them all, we need to take them off.
We do, exclude, let's amend that motion.
Okay, which one?
The one for road and base materials
Okay,
should say, accept all bids except Waller County. Now, who made that motion? Let's go with that.
First,
Number two.
second.
All right,
and then number
That's
one
what I
seconded. Number two made the motion, and number one seconded.
and y'all are still making that motion, except for those two.
Oh,
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay. Number 15, consider a new county copy machine for the courthouse and the district court. Each of them needs, well, the courthouse one is just right over here, and then the district clerk needs a new one in her office. And y'all have talked and decided that based on, and the bids that you got were buy board bids. And y'all have looked at these, and it just so happens each of you agreed that you want the same one.
that's good.
And talk to us about it. You've looked at, I know, what is the best way. You can either lease it by the month and then pay the amount at the end, but it's really cheaper if you pay for it up front
That's
and
correct,
then just have that maintenance per month.
that's correct.
And so the recommendation is for the one in the middle, the Canon IR, no, is it?
Yes, that's correct.
The Canon IR
Mm-hmm.
DX 6860,
That's correct.
that's correct, okay.
The maintenance per month is cheaper
It's
than the
cheaper,
slower one. And it's $1,000 more, but by the time you pay after 5 years, you've already caught up and are just less than $400. So really, it's going to be way cheaper to do the little faster one.
Mhm.
So it's just
And you looked
$1,000.
at the color, but you didn't think you needed the color, so you
Right.
saved a little money there. So that's the recommendation from the two one, I think, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're gonna be buying 2 of those. We've had the one in here, I know we've had, how many years?
Probably, it's been 6 years since they paid it off, so they probably, I think about 12 years or something.
Yeah, yeah.
A long time.
And,
I've had mine over 15 years.
Well, it might be
And I'd still have it if it wasn't for, couldn't buy parts for it
Yeah, we can't
anymore.
get parts
It's
anymore.
obsolete, so.
So anyway, that is the, thank you, that's the recommendation, do we have a motion? Or discussion?
Got the money, ain't you? I make a motion.
Yeah.
I make a motion about a DX 68.
There you go.
Down there, right.
So we have a motion and a second.
Forward.
You got a second now?
Yes.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Item number 16 is to accept the county maintained road mileage certifications. We get this every year from them. This year, they say we have 651 miles.
No.
It's the same thing that y'all approved every year. I mean, y'all approved it last year.
And did you add the 4 precincts as to what they said each of theirs was?
Yes.
And it adds up to about that 651?
No.
They don't sound right.
When we approved it last year, we need to reapprove it this year.
Table
I tell you what, let's
Table
table that, and then you can show them what you've got, and y'all can work that out. Do we have a motion to table
Make a motion, table.
and a second?
Yes.
I think you have more.
All in favor,
Who
aye?
seconded, I'm sorry.
We're tabling, we have
Who
first
said-
3 and second for 2.
Thank you.
All right. Any comments from Commissioners Court members?
Well, thanks for covering our insurance. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have a question. Has anybody had, would it be the 911 coordinator that would allow us to, would issue a private road number to a road that currently does not have a private road?
Yes. So that hopefully it'll coordinate with all the roads around, or, yeah. And then I think he turns that in then to the notification system so that, yeah. Mhm. Any other comments? If not, we have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Andy, did you enjoy the